brothers and sisters, comments and friends, I'm CubaLibre, and welcome back to Helheim. Let's pray Tomb Raider Underworld. So before we continue on our epic quest, we have to break a bunch of pots. It's obviously very important. In retrospect, these are big groups of pots all set up in like little chunks. Probably wants you to use your Thor's hammer and do some smashing. But too dumb to sort of realize that. Or maybe I just don't want to. Maybe I just want to individually kick every pot. Because they fucking deserve it. And because it's my own personal achievement. That's right, kids. Before Microsoft decided achievements for you, you had to make up your own. Like, kick every single pot in the game. Totally worth it. Oh, I was going to continue on, but there's pots down here. I better fight these guys. Luckily, we find that Thor's hammer kills the regular dudes in one shot, and the big dudes in 3 shots, and it usually mostly gives them hit stun, so they you can sort of knock around. Not always true, though, as we will find, but usually it does. Okay, my hands are glowing. That means there is... Oh, good. Hey, that's awesome. Okay, let's go back and check out the glowy hands thing. There's this glyph on the wall. And when I touch it, it lights up. Intrepid viewers may recognize it as one of the 4 glyphs that was around that key tower. Awesome. Another lack of sticky. When you jump at this pipe from that angle, from that side, it doesn't like to make you jump towards it. It's very difficult for some reason. On the other hand, jumping from this high post to that tiny post many feet away in the water, easy. Just jump right on it. In a completely impossible hyper-Olympian fashion, that's fine. But just jumping on that little pipe, no thanks. Anyway, so that glyph I touched was one of the 4 that was around the base of the big giant tower that I had to unlock to get in here in the first place. That ought to, if you have a good memory, that ought to suggest to you that there are 4 of them all together. There are. You have to find them all. And as you might imagine, it's related to getting the relic, which is in this room. Now there's a ring. I have no idea what it's doing here. Obviously, if you swing too far, you're just going to run into that Viking poison waterfall. So I spend a while trying to look around and see if there's any place I could swing to interesting, but there doesn't appear to be. So I don't really know what that ring is for yet. But what I do know is that there's pots down here. And we all know how I feel about pots. Gotta get that Chivo. Aw, yeah. Now let's just jump over here and get this one. Or we can fall through the geometry and then drown in the air, which makes just as much sense. Let's try this again. Okay, it works perfectly that time. May notice the second glyph. I wonder what it means. I wonder what it means. But before I figure that out, let's smash some pots. Let's complete our little journey. Obviously, there's something I'm missing here, vis-a-vis the glyphs, etc. But there's an obvious way to the other side here, which is that big giant door that Natla ritualed open because, I guess, Laura the Millionaire couldn't afford another couple debt packs worth of C4. And let's see what's going on over here. So Natla was telling the truth in that you need the ritual, quote-unquote, to open sort of one half of the lock, and Theor's hammer to open the other half. Or again, you can just use explosives to open both halves, whatever. Now, as you saw, this is technically the beginning of the next level, but I haven't found my damn relic yet, and I know that's got something to do with it. So after I'm done scouring every corner for pots... oh look, another glyph. What does that mean? Well, I found 3. And my hands were glowy blue way back at the beginning, I don't know if you noticed. But it makes me think that the 4th glyph is way back at the beginning and I just missed it. Turns out you have to get all 4 of them in a single life, and if you die, you have to come back here and try again. That doesn't sound so hard, right? The platforming here isn't so bad. Let's get ourselves some glyphs. Oh, hey, we made it to the other side finally. Woo! Let's go see what's over here. Hey, look! The final glyph. Well, that's awesome. Let's press that. Now we got all 4. I wonder what that did. Should be easy to find it. Let's go. Really shouldn't be this hard. But hey, remember that ring I couldn't figure out what it did? Because it seemed like it would just swing you directly into that waterfall of death? Well, the waterfall of death is gone now. And check it out. We find the game's final relic. Just so you know, collecting all the relics doubles Lara's maximum health. I have no idea why that's considered... whatever. I have no idea why that's considered important. This game is not difficult. But that's what it does. So, next time we'll move our way into Yggdrasil. So, I'm CubaLibre. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next mission.